Welcome. I am going to attempt to read chapter 1 from my upcoming book, The Pumpkin Patch Murders, and kind of have these photos go along with it. I'm going to do just chapter 1. Hopefully, I can get it done in 10 minutes. And once I'm released the book, I'm going to make a full video, audio, book, video, whatever, for the whole book, which would be a challenge. So here we go. I'll just get right into it. Chapter 1, Chocolate, Spit, and Blood. And I'm going to kind of narrate it as I go. In your mind, I want you to follow me into the strange house. Not because it's strange, but it's their last name. It's a small 2-bedroom, 1-bath, old, dirty, unkept home. Here we see young Julian, 7 years old. He's extremely skinny with messy bed hair, sitting Indian style glued to the TV, eating his usual meal of junk food consisting of candy, chips, or cereal, most of which he steals out of Ricky's work van due to his mother, Tammy, never cooking or having food in the house. As you can see him in this photo, doing his usual routine, sitting there eating junk food that he stole out his mom's boyfriend's van. Let's see, where was I? Ricky, his mom's off and on live-in boyfriend. He's a fairly large man with bad anger issues and a love for alcohol. He stands over 6'5", 260 pounds, and when he's drunk, it's like a train with no brakes on the loose. He works as a vendor for a local snack machine company called Dick's Brothers Vending, hence why they call him Rick the Dick or Cock of the Block. Okay, got a new photo up, going into this next paragraph to help explain it. Tammy never cooks or has food in the house, so Julian always has to steal chips and candy out the back of Rick's van late at night because he's always starving. His only protein intake is when he scores some beef jerky. He lives with a type of hunger that makes you feel nauseous and dying every day. Julian's mom, Tammy Lynn, is basically a drug addict that sleeps with many men a week to get by with bills and drugs, which is why she never pays attention to her son. She buys him cheap toys here and there to make up for anything she feels sorry for. Basically, she just lets the television raise him. The kid can recite every word to every episode on all the TV shows playing. From watching so many shows, Julian sees how real family homes operate, how parents care and have love for their children on these shows, which you could see him eating junk, watching television shows. Let's see. He often wonders when looking in the mirror why he's not loved or have a nice family structure. All he knows and sees is Rick and other men showing up at the house throughout the week, late at night, to greet his mom, and then head straight to her room, leaving him alone with the TV while she gets her fix in exchange for sex. Julian has been eating junk food his whole life. He's skinny as hell and his teeth are ruined, full of cavities, almost gone. He has lost most of his teeth from that reason. Tammy Lynn never ever has taken him to the dentist or has insurance for such matters. She's never had a job. Basically, she lives on child support and selling herself. Due to a lack of proper food and care, Julian has missed tons of school from being sick and unhealthy. One night, he was so hungry that he started getting dizzy and blacking out. He went to his mother's room and knocked, saying he felt like passing out. She was in there with Rick and yelled, "Julian, go watch the damn TV and heat up your leftover TV dinner in the microwave." And with a sad face, the boy said, "Okay." He quietly went searching for Rick's van keys outside. He scavenged through Ricky's van looking for snacks to eat. It was Friday, Rick's busiest delivery day, so the van was basically empty. Although, as he was hopping out the van, he noticed under the seat a half-open candy bar. He grabs the bar and reads the label, finding the date, and he says out loud, "Expired 2 years ago. Mother fudge." He looks closely and there is mold growing on parts of it, and it looks like some bugs or something has been eaten off of it. With a frown on his face and a growling stomach. Now mind you, he has very few teeth left. So as he bites into the bar, some of his front brittle teeth start cracking. He raises his hands in front of his mouth to spit out the pieces of teeth mixed with chocolate and blood. That pushed him over his mental limit. He ran inside, straight to the bathroom to look into the dirty mirror at the damage. He grabs the filthy brown hand towel to wipe the mirror and take a glance. Before he looks in the mirror, he closes his eyes in hopes that it isn't too bad, and with a big sigh, he slowly opens them to look at his almost toothless mouth of gums dripping with chocolate, spit, and blood. The boy drops to his knees and begins crying. He's already been teased his whole life from being bullied. He skipped school so much that it caused him to fail twice already, and he thinks once the kids see this, it will be the end of him. The next school day, the poor boy begins to hide in shame of looking like a toothless grandpa. And each day he finds anything to wear, covering himself, hiding from the world. He wears hoodies covering his head, any type of random Halloween mask, stocking, beanie that he could find to hide behind. He even paints his face with cheap acrylic paint, cracking. After school one day, he was watching TV, and we hear his mom say, "Julian, get your damn hoodie on. We're going to Jacko's. I got to fill up the car." And no, you're not getting any bullshit, so don't even think about it. Now, Julian's eyes glow because he knows they have his favorite snacks, his favorite aisle of weird, creepy mask, and a comic book spinner full of his favorite comics. Tammy waits by the door and yells one more time, "Julian, get the fuck in the car now." He comes running with a hoodie on and his face painted ghost white with black around his eyes and mouth. Off they go in the beat-up 1987 Monte Carlo, with enough smoke coming out the back end, making it hard for anyone behind them to see the road ahead. They finally pull into the gas station store, and Julian's head is peeking above the window, staring at the tall pumpkin-headed mascot with a black suit and cape on, handing out balloons to the kids, as you can see in this photo. Tammy opens the door at the pump, and he jets off running to get a balloon. He stands next to the Jacko mascot, staring up at the pumpkin, looks down at him, and with a voice that sounds like a scratchy mechanical tape recorder, almost like Ghostface. It says, "Welcome to Jacko's. Let's see that big pumpkin smile." And he hands Julian a balloon. But the boy is frozen in a daze, scared. He takes off running into the store. After pumping gas, Tammy yells, "Julian, get your ass in the car now." Aggravated, she takes off looking for him. By this time, he's deep into the comic rack, rapidly scanning through every book, ripping out his favorite pages and stuffing them into his pocket, since Tammy doesn't buy him anything. Off he goes to the mascot, trying on everything, looking into the mirror, making him feel better to be hidden behind a mask. He looks around for anyone coming and tries to stuff a rubber mask down his pants leg. As he gets it in, Tammy backslaps him across the head and pulls him by the ear, saying, "You think I got time to be playing games with your ass on, boy? Let's go." All right, I ran out of time. I am back. She says, "Get your ass on, boy." Before walking out the store, she says, "Oh, I need some more smokes and a TV dinner." They walk out of the store, and the pumpkin man is waving, repeating the same thing again like a broken record. "Welcome to Jacko's. Let's see that big pumpkin smile." Tammy says out loud, "What a fucking loser. Get a real job, jerko." She pushes Julian into the back seat. "Get your damn seatbelt on, boy." As he goes in the car, he turns around to look at the big-headed mascot was right behind Tammy. He screams and jumps into the back seat. Tammy says, "What's wrong, you idiot?" He points behind her, unable to speak because the big figure is behind her. Tammy quickly turns around to absolutely nothing and says, "You keep playing with me, I'm gonna make your ass black and blue, boy." A few days later, Rick's in the kitchen fussing with Tammy about some kind of money issues with bills. Then Julian overhears his name. Rick says, "I'm sick of dumping my paychecks in rent here for you two. Look at that worthless little shit stain over there. He does nothing all day besides watch that fucking TV I pay cable for. This kid can't even play a single sport. What kind of man is he gonna be? He's already ugly as a dog's ass." Tammy was already speeding on pills or whatever she was on. She flips out and she takes a full hot coffee pot and throws it at Rick. It misses him, smashing on the wall right behind him, splashing hot coffee, burning his skin, and the glass cutting him. As you can see, the coffee, fighting. All right. In a rage, Rick screams out, "You fucking $2 whore." He rips the rotary dial phone off the wall with the cord and he takes off after her. He backhands her. She turns, clutching her long nails in him, and scratches him, causing major pain and bleeding. He finally gets the cord around her neck, choking the shit out of her on the ground. Young Julian had his fingers in his ears and his eyes closed. On his knees, terrified, he opens them to see Rick choking his mother on the ground. She's struggling to breathe, turning blue. He gets up and he thinks fast. He sees the goldfish bowl. He grabs it, he takes off and runs behind him with it in the air. He raises it up and he crashes it down on Rick's head, smashing it, gashing him up, causing him to bleed, leaking blood. Rick blacks out for a minute, and then in a rage, he gets up, taking off after Julian. He runs to his room and locks the door, but Rick comes, massive 200-pounder, kicks the door wide open and grabs him by the throat, almost like Homer and Bart, slamming him against the wall and starts pulverizing the young boy. Once the boy is unconscious from blows to the head, Rick realizes what he's doing and drops him. He takes off, grabbing whatever clothes he can grab as fast as he can, and he heads to his van and speeds away before the cops show up. Several minutes have passed, and Tammy's coming down off her high and being choked out. She walks around the house trying to figure out what the hell happened. She yells out for her son. She finds the boy laying in his room where Rick left him, face down in a small puddle of blood. She turns him over screaming, and she sees his face black and blue, bleeding. She holds her son, crying, saying, "I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'll never let another man around you in our home." But as we know, that's bullshit. This woman's a hot fire that can't be put out. And I'm sure Rick will eventually be back in the picture sooner or later. Provides money, pays the bills. As time passes, the revolving door remained with men in and out like always, and nothing ever changed. Neglect the boy, stay high, and sleep around. And that is his life. That is it for chapter 1. I hope I did good. I'm not no professional audio book speaker or whatever the hell. I'm just trying to get my story out and put some images best I can to help the readers go through the book and relate to what they're reading. Maybe in another week or two, I'll do chapter 2. I got 4 chapters. Then I'll do one whole video with the whole story as an audio book coming from me, pieced together and put it on YouTube. Thank y'all for, if you're still here, I think we're 16 minutes in. Thank you. I can't wait to have this book available to put out. I have added so much characters and more in depth to this story that I wrote 8, 9, 10 years ago. I feel very good about it. I love it. So thank y'all for watching this video.